right?
The bad news is I'm sad.
No one cares about that.
What
The bad news
Hey.
is Fob will not be joining us.
Aw.
I'm sad. Like,
The good news is we might be starting Unraveled soon.
Woo.
You guys are pretty close to being done. I did let Fob know that. He says that's fine, he understands. So we will go ahead and play today and see if you guys end up finishing it.
Cool.
I'm sure you all know who done it.
Maybe.
Who done it, who did it, who'll do it again.
I don't know who did it.
I mean,
What? I don't know.
I mean, there's been a
That'd be
couple
your
of things that
problem.
have been done, so some people have done it several places.
I don't
Can't believe they're
get
just
what we're
doing it all
talking
over the
about when we
place.
say done it, though. So You mean stole the papers? Because we figured that out already. It's like painfully obvious who stole the papers.
Who stole them the first time.
Yeah.
And the second time, we don't know. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, for all you guys know, it could still be at his damn dorm.
You know
true,
what?
which is
It
why
was
I
me.
said we'd have to go check it.
It was me all along.
I think we all have stolen a little piece of this campaign. So, yes. That's my answer. All of us.
I
So,
still hate all of you, though. Except for Samson. Samson's cool.
what about me? I haven't done anything.
Okay, which character are you? All of the other ones? I hate all of you.
Edgy.
You literally gave this to me!
And you just sat there and took it? Edgy.
If the boot fits.
You inflicted this pain upon me!
I don't know. I kind of
Should write a
recall
song about it.
you deciding to sleep in the creepy
I
fucking.
didn't actually decide to sleep inside anything. I slept on a table, and that table was shoved in, and then I was trapped there.
I mean, you're the one who didn't secure it.
You know what? That's fair. You're right. It is my fault. I will own this shit.
All right, about time. Anyway.
Probably the only
Fuck
thing you own.
Damn, everyone's coming after you today, Chris.
I don't know why.
You're just getting bullied from all sides.
Yeah. It's almost like they hate me or something. Except Samson. I don't know why, but I trust that guy.
Can you guys hear Alex?
Nope.
That's what I thought.
Now I can. Because, he decided to actually make himself known. As per usual with his speaking instruments. Yeah, still don't know why that happens to you, buddy.
That time was the headset just didn't fall completely into place. But sometimes, yes, I just die. The void eats me.
See? And that's okay. Alright, anyways. We're on our way to the asylum to go talk to Hunter because he went crazy.
We checked on a stereo. They said, fuck off, he's still recovering.
We chucked on a stereo. He said, fuck off.
He said fuck off or they said fuck off? Both.
I mean, probably something of the two.
All right. So. Oh, damn. Okay,
Hot.
music. What?
What?
All right.
No more sidetracking.
Sorry, the cat's chasing his tail. He's really stupid.
Well, yeah, we love him.
It's not that he's like running, he's walking and trying to catch it.
Oh, what a baby.
I'm sorry. As you drive through the night, well, as you drive through the morning that looks like night, the dark clouds hang heavy from the sky, seeming like they will burst at any second, but not a drop falls. They just build and build. It's midday. It's towards the end of a weekend, and the town, the city should be bustling. But as you drive the streets, there is no one. It almost feels like you are the last people alive. Everyone else has ordered themselves in, almost as if they can all feel approaching. The storm rages on. The wind blows and tosses anything not bolted down. Items go flying by your car too fast to be recognized, and more than once you have to swerve to avoid collision. You drive the winding roads up to the asylum. You look down the hill and you see a quiet city, a waiting city. You see what might be lost, what's in, as the clouds descend on it, like a wolf to a rabbit. Time is running out. You are all horribly aware of this. Time is running out. All right. So, last we left off, you were captured Usterio, or not. You had a knocked out Usterio. You learned about the bodies at the morgue and the disappearance of Leitner's body. You discovered that Anthony Flinders was the one who originally stole the papers from Cecil Hunter's apartment, and then has been going slowly insane from these, with his idea that witches are real and cursing him. And currently, you are taking him to the insane asylum to have him locked up, as he is clearly a danger to you, your investigation, and probably people in general.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably to himself at this point. Like,
Yeah, that too. Like,
it's
now
not
that you put it,
safe.
I felt really guilty, and then you said that, and I'm like, no, this is probably the best course of action that we're doing.
It's very likely he will hurt Amelia if you leave him out.
Yeah, that's true.
He already grabbed her by the neck.
Honestly, good for her for being so chill about it.
Eh,
Like, not in a you should be chill, but like she was yelling back at him. Good for her. uh,
He could just be just as insane as he is, though.
yep.
Yep.
Honestly, maybe there's just a bunch of little crazy fucking undergrads.
In
I mean-
Arkham?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Alright, you reach the You reach the building. You have a handcuffed but struggling and fighting Anthony Flinders, who is screaming bloody murder, just absolutely losing his mind. But you are at the Arkham Asylum, the main feature of this wonderful city that sits atop a hill looking down on it. As
How
if
long?
just,
How long does it take to get there?
um, let's just say at this point, it's about noon. You guys slept in, you went to the university and talked to people and stuff. Let's just make it simple and say it is noon.
Okay, it's over. The paranoia is over.
Yep.
I'm still paranoid. I don't care.
I think, well, I
DM
think
assigned
as
paranoid ended. Player assigned paranoid begins.
Hmm?
is that something you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, you want her to continue to be scared of everyone?
It's not scared. Just incredibly paranoid that everybody's trying to,
Is that
you know.
the same thing?
Well, I am trying to just figure out how to describe her coming off of this fear. That's
Oh,
why I'm asking.
oh, she's angry.
Imagine.
She is angry.
Yes, because someone locked her in.
Okay. So I'm not gonna
It's not
change it.
necessary. It's not necessary. You know what? We'll just say that it's not necessarily her that it, or them that locked her in, but she is afraid that someone has at this point.
Okay. Let's say that the drive is, in my mind at least, very long and very quiet. And as you are driving, it gives you time to think. It gives all of you time to think. And for you, Rosemary, it gives you time to broaden your scope on what could be causing this. It didn't make sense for anyone in your group to shut you in there, but for a supernatural force, it could. It could finally be an event. One directly related to you. But yeah, you guys are at the asylum. Uh, I assume you get out of the car with your captive.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be good to do that.
With all of us?
Yeah, not not
Yeah.
necessarily not necessarily with all of us. Just like here's the problem, right? Do we want to go inside with?
To be fair, Curtis gives you guys an advantage with this.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
I apprehended this insane man. After all,
Mm-hmm.
smile.
And you already established uh a story about you dealing with
Lighter's
oh
disappearance
yes.
Mhm.
and his associate Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I have the letter from the dean, that also helps. Yeah, we can all go in, or people can stay out. Up to everyone.
I
I'm fine with
don't think it's
everyone.
particularly safe to stay out here based on just
That's true.
The
the
description of the
things
store.
flying around. Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. All right. You all head in. Uh, walking in, the person at the desk and the guard standing by the door immediately take notice of the screaming man, and luckily enough for you, the woman at the desk seems to be the same lady, Curtis, that you talked to before.
Mm. Good.
She stands and she looks at you. I think you used your real name,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
Uh, uh, Mr. Detective Agent Flanagan? I'm sorry, I don't know the proper term. What's going on?
We've apprehended this man. I need him in custody for his own and others' protection. He seems unstable.
He starts screaming that he's more stable than anyone else here.
The
You-
most stable. Sorry.
I think Samson steps up at that point and goes, "You attacked one of our students claiming that she was a witch."
And that, of course, gets exactly what I bet you were hoping for,
Yup.
as he starts screaming, "She is a witch! You just haven't been looking at the results! You haven't been listening to me and
Mr.
the
Crocker
data
has
that I
them.
have." And that is exactly what the others needed. You see her go and tap in like an inner office thing and ask for several guards to come. Uh, it does not take long for them to come and to uh, grab Mr.
Flinders.
Flinders. And the second he starts to seriously try to fight back, they kind of give him a bit of a manhandle.
Yeah.
An effort to get him into the proper. You actually see one of them pull out a needle and administer some sort of drug to him, and in a minute or two, he kind of seems to lose some of his fight, and they go ahead and take him in.
Can say
Uh,
next.
I don't think it was an X Factor, but yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wouldn't be. But
it
yeah,
was sleepy time crazy
it
drug.
might be another benzodiazepine though.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Much
It was
more
Coke.
dangerous one, but you know.
Probably
Crazy.
just straight
Sammy
up
the
cocaine.
nanny. Anyway, uh,
Eat that.
she she kind of like looks to you and says, I it was very good you brought him in. He seemed quite dangerous. I am going to need you to fill out an application
Paperwork,
for
yes.
him." And she hands you a clipboard with the paperwork for it.
And yeah, he looks at Curtis and goes, "You can sign it, I can sign it, I don't mind signing it."
It'll
I'll,
probably
I'll,
take both of you to fill it out.
Yeah.
yeah, I
It's
don't.
just like the final who wants to be the caretaker, quote unquote, of Anthony.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
probably.
both be listed.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Joint custody.
Joint
Yeah,
custody.
It's our son,
The crazy man.
our awful
Technically,
son.
is
our
my
awful,
student.
awful son. As she hands you the paperwork, you see her turn kind of nervous. And she looks at you, Mr. Flanagan, and she says, I'm rather surprised that that you came back like that. Are you here for do you have any questions?
Actually, yes. The investigation proceeds. It would be very advantageous if we could speak to. What's his surname?
Cecil Hunter.
Yes, Mr. Cecil Hunter.
Oh,
If able.
Did you not get our correspondence?
And Samson
Please.
pulls out the letter and goes, yes, I did.
Oh, yes, that was for the school. We had sent one to Mr. Flanagan. Cecil's not here.
Shit.
Where is he?
He escaped. Actually, I think the day that you came before.
Was how many days ago? 2 days?
Oh.
Alicia?
I'm trying to think if
Give
it
us
I'm
was
the
trying
date.
to. I don't
Now.
remember the timeline.
I can't remember if it was 2 or 1.
Because it
I
wasn't
think it might have
yesterday.
just. Are you sure it
We did
wasn't
have a
just
long
yesterday?
day.
Was it yesterday?
I think it was just yesterday
It might have been the
Mhm.
morning of the long day.
because we ran into stereo at the place.
Yep.
Then I think you went and harassed Lucy.
So maybe it was 2 days ago
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
because I ran away when we shot the corpse,
Yeah, and that was yesterday.
and then we went to dinner.
Yeah.
Right. Those days can't be the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so
2
it was
days
2
ago.
days ago. Okay.
I'm very sorry. This is an exceedingly rare case. Normally we do quite well with it. This hasn't come public knowledge yet, but it seems Mr. Hunter killed one of the guards.
More people
I
dead.
assume the police are involved.
Yes. They are trying to look for him. And the police is on high alert, uh, trying to track him down. We don't think he will go out of his way to kill. We think he's normally has been very uh sweet. I mean, not in his right mind, but he hasn't been violent at all. Um.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm very sorry. We tried sending correspondence to the address you gave us.
I haven't been much into the office, been very busy. But thank you.
Oh, I see. But yes, we are doing everything possible to try to recover him.
Oh. In that case, it seems that I don't have much business here after all.
Can we
Yes,
see
and
the room that he was in?
the room?
Yes.
Sure, if you would like. There's not really much in there.
Well, I suppose a look won't be.
Bad
It can't
idea.
hurt, I guess.
Yeah. And she'll turn to the guard. She'll let you through essentially, and the guard in the other side of the door will take you to his room. This is how to phrase this. So before you were in the kind of lower risk section. That was the one that had like the big open area.
Mm-hmm.
Cecil was in the high risk section, not necessarily for other people, more himself. He was in a legitimate padded cell. And from as you're passing by, and you can see like glimpses inside some of these. They normally have like one-way glass on some of the doors, just so that like at any point a guard can walk by and check on them. You see a lot of straitjackets being implemented. You get to Cecil's room. They go ahead and unlock it, and you're able to go in. There's not too much to look at. You see a cut through straitjacket which you assume is part of how he got out.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a fair bit of blood and a taped out section in the cell to kind of show probably where the guard that he killed was. Um, the other thing that you notice is parts of the cushion on the floor have been torn out. Um, not gracefully, um, almost like ripped apart like a dog would. But he didn't have any writing implements or anything like that, so you can't. There's no like writing on the walls or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I'm sure as you're kind of standing in there, how to phrase this? Yes, he was a danger to himself, but I think it's safe to say you can stand in there and be like, this would drive me crazier.
Mm-hmm.
The most fun feature is if you look up at the ceiling, it's actually a mirror.
Great. Cool.
Wait, why? Why?
It's more like very shiny steel,
That
and it just,
reflects. Yeah.
yes. Because you don't need to necessarily worry about people trying to kill themselves on the ceiling. You're not coming through, Alex.
But that's distressing. Surely people look at that and say, "Ah, this is bad because it's going to stress them out."
They're crazy. They don't care.
Uh,
This is the old school psychology.
Crazy people aren't people.
Exactly.
this was around the time when women could be thrown in mental asylums simply for grieving too much or being hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
It was common for there to be rats, for there to be disease, abuse, all that kind of stuff. In many ways, Arkham is far better than a lot of asylums during this time.
Bad.
I know.
I'm gonna go over to the straitjacket and see if it's like a clean cut or if it's like a jagged, ripped apart cut.
Um, Mostly a jagged, ripped apart cut. It seems like he may have had some sort of implement to help, uh, get started on the cuts and then
Mm-hmm.
ripped part of it himself. The fun part about being in the 1920s is even though this is an active crime scene, y'all can just go around and like slap everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Like
want
that's
to.
not a thing.
Touch stuff.
Yeah, you could fucking, if Bridget's feeling a little thirsty, there's some nice fresh blood she can lick up.
I would like to examine the stuff that's like torn up, real bad.
Mhm. Yeah. Give me a psychology.
Okay.
The torn up fabric is a direct representation of his mental state.
I mean, it's definitely a direct representation of mine.
Okay. You are kind of looking at the angle of it and like how he would probably do it. And what makes the most sense to you is while lying on the ground, he was tearing at it.
Man, this man was having some real struggle hours. Hmm. How long do you believe he had been out before you realized that he had escaped?
It's oh sorry, it'd be a guard talking to you. Honestly, not completely sure. The body had already been cooling once we found it. There's a chance he left during the night. There's a chance he wasn't on the normal schedule for us to be checking on. So it's difficult to say.
I know this might sound like an odd question, but I've never met this man before. Could you describe what he looked like, physique, that kind of
Uh,
thing?
just looked like a college student. I don't know how much to describe him.
And
I
he
think
starts to like describe like kind of how Anthony looks, like physique wise.
a bit. Maybe not as handsome, but maybe not. Sorry, I would assume you used handsome because he is like
Well, I was more like physique,
traditionally.
not like
Yeah.
appearance.
Oh, physique. I
Yeah,
see.
physique, not
And
appearance.
you kind of think for a moment and be like, I could see that. Maybe a little bit smaller. God damn it.
What the cat do?
Nothing. It's my lights. The
Oh,
grow lights. Um,
So
he's
irritated.
like, I know. But he's like, yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit smaller, but probably pass for it. Why?
I was
The
normal.
front desk probably has a picture of him if you want it.
Yeah, that I'll ask about that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Chai, close the door. How fucking could I?
No, we're checking all the traditional places. His apartment, parents' place. We were gonna check out the university today. Uh, we just wanted them to be made aware of the situation before we showed up.
How did his parents handle the fact that the school put him in an asylum?
I don't know. I'm not familiar too much with the case. I'm just saying what we would normally do.
Would it be possible for us to find out if his parents um
My
visited him?
guess my guess is if it's a school that let him in, uh he might not have parents.
That's fair. I was just a bit. That's why I was a bit thrown off by your statement of parents. That was my misunderstanding, I suppose.
The school would have had to have had custody of him, or at least acting in lieu of a guardian.
I mean, he is legally an adult, correct?
Is he?
I I don't know. How old is he?
Let me pull
Isn't
up
he an
his.
undergraduate?
Yeah.
Hunter? Yeah, I think so.
He was already a
Yeah.
graduate.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
So.
then
Okay,
he'd
so
almost
he is.
certainly be an
No,
adult
but this
child.
guy is not going to.
Yeah, he would.
He doesn't know.
Mhm.
Would Samson know that? Probably not.
Probably not off the top of his head at the
He's
very
probably never
least.
teach this kid, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he probably has no idea who this kid is.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. Sorry, I'm trying to find the admission paper to see exactly.
Did we get that?
There we go. Okay, yeah, he did put 25 on it. But yeah, I mean, this guy's not gonna
Yeah, 25.
know.
Which makes sense.
We know
True.
that because we saw the papers. Well,
Yeah.
Curtis saw the papers.
However, if you're crazy, I would push back that you would probably be regulated to a guardian at this time.
No, that's completely fair.
But yeah. So, is there anything else you guys wanted to do in here?
I think I've exhausted my potential considerations.
Oh, how was the guard killed?
I was just about to ask.
Uh, he kind of looks at the two girls like this is not something he wants to say with ladies present, and kind of whispers under his breath, something like let's call it a homemade tourniquet. I think he did it wrong. Well, I guess right, because it killed it, but a little bit more blood than I think tourniquets are supposed to use. Probably cut a vein.
More like
The
a
fuck
garret.
is a tourniquet?
A tourniquet
might
is
be
the
saying
thing
it wrong.
that believe you're referring to a garret.
I probably am. Yes, it's
Oh.
the piano wire that you use to
Yeah.
strangle
Rope.
someone.
It's a Garrett.
How the
Um,
fuck did he have rope?
Probably made it.
He,
Look
Why
stri-
he
at the
probably
strips.
shredded
Look.
this.
he spun it with his
Oh.
hair.
Yeah, he's been here so long that his hair has grown
He
7 feet long.
he
They
made
don't give them haircuts.
horrible dreads, the white boy dreads. With that. Oh, that's the worst way to
It's a
go.
concealed weapon.
But no, you can check the belt and see that he probably used whatever instrument to cut off a strip from that, or a couple strips, to try to do this, and when it was failing, maybe had to resort to something else.
Alright.
I think we need to go back to Hunter's place.
We
Yes.
did send guards there. Or we did send police there to check. There's no one there.
Good to know. I think we are done here.
Thank you for showing us the room.
He nods, leads you back out front. You can talk to the person, and they will go ahead and give you a picture they took of Cecil while he was there.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
How handsome.
Oh, all for school picture day.
Look at that chin. Yeah.
Alright.
Do we have an image for Flinders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't look alike.
No, I don't look alike,
No.
but that's why I said physique.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There
For
have
the-
been times when
the
you have been
doppelganger.
approached by someone of similar physique who you have not seen their face.
That is true.
Yep.
And it has all been after he would have escaped.
Yep.
Aha, it wasn't them, but it was this guy. Ah,
All right,
well, that's a
you
twist.
step out of the insane asylum. Where are you going to go?
So, I think Cecil broke into Anders' apartment and got the papers. I also believe that he might be the one that took Leitner's body.
This is starting to seem plausible. He would have also possibly known all of those people killed in the morgue.
Can someone roll me a spot hidden?
Oh man. Who has the highest spot hidden? Smile.
Well,
Mine's at 25.
mine's 65.
You're the winner so far. I'm 50. Oh, sorry.
I steamed.
All right. Curtis, you have training. And you look at this picture of Cecil and a couple memories come to surface as you realize you have seen this man before. You think of the young man who was playing piano as you guys ate dinner. You think of the young man that you gave chase to.
Yeah,
And the very night before supposedly this escape, you remember when you were driving to go to Lightyear's house and you nearly hit a young man running in the street.
Yeah. We'll say. We've seen this guy before. He was at dinner. He was playing the piano. I think we almost hit this guy too. But that was before he escaped.
It would have been the night of the escape, given that they don't know what time he did escape.
Okay, well, yeah. In that case, yeah. Okay. So he's been on our tail the entire time. Or ahead of us, in the case of the dinner.
Who is this guy?
This guy.
I think he might be a vessel, essentially.
I'm crazy enough to be in contact with it. I think Lightner's the vessel.
There's an intermediate. I don't know how this works.
Well, then we still have the question of where is he?
Well, next time he decides to come out and play, I suppose we'll have to try to catch him.
We don't have that kind of time.
We don't have that kind of time.
He's been around pretty frequently. I don't know if that's necessarily...
Well,
I
he
would
might
like to
already
point
have
out
everything.
that was before the papers,
Yeah,
before he got a hold of them.
he might have the papers and he has Lightner's body. He's probably fucking doing something. We do not have time. We have to find him.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, have you seen the storm outside? Like, it's assume Abner is telling the truth about everything.
Would he be doing this though? And why the fuck was a stereo beat up?
Assumingly related, indeed.
Would it be the morgue?
Where was Asterio the night before?
He was going back to his place to get changed.
It's the doppelganger.
There's no doppelganger.
There's
The
no doppelganger.
That's so intense for that.
Um,
Were the keys
We were
on
just-
Asterios' body? I don't remember.
Yes.
We got them from him, I think.
Like to the
I mean,
morgue?
we've been to the morgue since then.
Mm-hmm.
Did people that messed with the mirror in his office tell us about that event? I don't remember.
The like face thing? Yeah.
Yeah. So like you would have told the group that like, oh, don't look at the mirror because this is what I
Mhm.
saw or this is what happened.
Yeah. And he covered it. Yep.
Do you think it has something to do with the mirror in his office?
Whose office?
Lighters.
I mean, it might.
Shrug.
I mean,
I
it might,
mean,
but
if you think he's the
that's
vessel and maybe he died before it was complete, or maybe the vessel has to die for it to be complete.
okay.
Do you think we should check on Amelia?
I think
Yes.
we should check on everybody at this point,
We don't have
but
time to
we
check
don't.
on everyone.
We don't
I
have
would
time to
say
check on
best
everybody.
places to look is either Leitner's house or his office at this point.
His house, yes.
And if there's dead guards there, then we have our answers of where he is.
Why would
Well,
Or
there
if
be
there's no
dead
guards
guards there?
What?
Why would there be dead guards there?
Didn't they say that they sent people there, like
no,
cops
that
there?
was Hunter.
No.
That was
Hunter's
Hunter.
house. Yeah.
Hunter's house.
Oh, sorry, I
Why
meant
would anyone go to Lightyear's house?
Unless they were lighter.
I don't know.
Oh no! Wait!
I was figuring
Guys,
it might be
wait,
something there still.
guys, wait!
What?
Where's the one place we haven't looked yet?
He's under the couch.
We haven't been. The school is populated. Asterios place is no go. We just came from Samson's place, but where's the one place that no one would go at this point?
To the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
I have no idea where you're going with this. I'm sorry.
What did you say?
Like to his home.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should go there.
There's no reason to go there anymore.
Which is why we should go there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yep.
I think we're on the same page.
Yep.
To the house.
To
You
the
guys
house!
Rush to the house. Can I get a con check from everyone?
Why are we running? We have a car.
I assume you are running to the car.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I was like, why are we running? We have a
I'm
car.
I'm sorry, not con. I'm sorry. Stop rolling con.
Come on!
I will let you have it
Sweet
because
shit.
that was insane. But actually, I meant to say roll size.
Oh,
Beef.
Fucking barely.
Is that a success for size?
You cannot have successes for your Bane stats.
Yeah.
No, I'm just checking the roll. 57 is
Oh.
a success against my size.
Oh,
Then
you're
that's
48.
fine.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. 57. Okay. Yeah.
We all do it. We are so chunky. We make it.
We are
Well,
not.
it was as you watch a huge gust of wind
Oh no.
roll through, and you all do kind of like get pushed down, but none of you get thrown, as you watch some of the cars in the parking lot lift up from the sheer amount of wind before they get slammed back down hard.
yeah. This is why I said we don't have time.
Yep. Luckily, all our chunky selves getting in the hearse should keep it nice and low to the ground.
Here's a great question. Who's driving?
I
Not fucking
was
me.
driving before, and I will accept that punishment now because Asterio is probably the only person who actually put stuff in drive.
Yes, because yep.
He was the only one who had a car.
I have
I will-
35 drive auto.
I will let you drive if you feel
Where
more
the fuck
comfortable.
is
Curtis.
Drive Auto? There it is.
It's
I have
under
a 20.
dodge and disguise. I think that's the base.
What's
Yeah.
a car?
I have a license.
All right. Is it to kill?
I meant to drive, but probably anyway. Um, yeah, if my 35 is our highest, it isn't
think
a
it is.
stereo.
Yeah.
can't
Oh,
believe
definitely.
our driving and corpse expert is missing.
Go ahead.
He has
Oh,
2
boy.
jobs.
Use luck. Fucking use luck.
Yeah.
There also, I don't think anyone's done it yet, but there is a push feature
Mm-hmm.
where I think it's essentially advantage, right, Alex?
You
But if you
argue
fail,
for why you should get to like what you're doing to roll it again.
yes. And then if you fail, the consequences are much worse.
However, this is 2 points. Use luck.
Use
No,
luck.
yes,
I
I'm
use-
sorry.
I use
I
either
was
one.
just bringing it up. As you all drive through the city, more and more things are being lifted up and thrown. You see, there's no other cars on the road as you weave through this. You dodge bicycles sailing through, you dodge chairs from porches and small
Torches
tables.
themselves.
You dodge large, like what you think might have been awnings, just loose wood, I forget what the term is, but like parts from a roof.
Debris?
Shingles.
Shingles?
Shingles, that's it,
Oh
shingles.
yeah, those will be everywhere.
As you weave yourself through all of this, not really paying attention to traffic laws or uh
I'd
to
love to see someone try to pull me over.
but there's no one else out. It's like the city is waiting, like it's pinned in fear, like a deer in the headlights. You frantically try to fight your way through this wind tunnel that you have caught yourselves in. Uh, you make it to Lighter's house in honestly quite good time, and you see that the lights are on. Who is home?
Spooky.
Get your gun out.
Oh yeah.
And we run to the door.
Before you open the door, I want to make a point to tell everyone, or at least to remind all of you,
Yeah.
that this is Call of Cthulhu,
Yep.
and Call of Cthulhu is much meaner.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
So, it is much more likely for characters to die, and it is much more likely for characters to fail. In all the games Alex has run, I have never played a campaign that succeeded.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
So I just
Did
want to
you
make
not
sure.
stop this one?
No, hun. Remember, we were too dumb and didn't figure it out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're kind
Uh,
of bad at this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, as soon as
Yeah,
it was like,
we-
oh yeah, he escaped, and I'm like starting to put the things together. I'm like, he stole the papers, he stole the body, he killed all those
It's
people, he's been
happening.
following us.
to be fair, we found Flinders super, super suspicious, but it actually was Amelia for our version.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I did not know who it was this game
I did
because you can
notice that
change
there
who
is
it
a lot
is.
of things you can
So
change.
it could be anyone, is
Mhm.
what you're telling us.
Yeah, there's a list in the front of the thing is like, here's to this person
Yeah,
and why they might do it.
I'll talk more about it. I just
After.
wanted to.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be very clear on the warning before we got into the
Let's go fucking
final
die.
territory.
Let's go.
I also wish to die. Join
We
me
drive
in
our
the
characters
void.
like stolen trucks.
You-
Let's go.
Kick down the door, I assume just for flavor's sake,
Of course.
and storm in.
I get it because of the storm.
Such a dork.
Inside, you see the ground scattered with papers, just loose, overlapping each other in strange markings that for a minute you don't recognize. They seem almost uh, foreign or occult, but then as you kind of adjust, you realize that they are hastily written out formulas, just
Oh shit.
scribbled, absolute nonsense to any of you, but with some sort of clear purpose. As you look around the room, you see more and more. The room has been torn apart, the furniture thrown to the sides of the house, and standing in there is is Cecil. He is frantically uh, trying to write on the walls as he is being pinned there by Lightyear himself, holding him by the neck, staring at him with his white, melted eyes as Cecil holds the papers in one hand and in another hand holds a pen that he will not stop writing. You can see that the tip of it is broken off, and you're not even sure if it's really working as you see it just drip down, but he won't stop trying to write. The whole room is filled with these copies, with these formulas written over and over again.
I do math.
You see as Lighter grabs this man by his neck and in a very quick, almost backhanded measure, you hear a snap and a pop, and Cecil's lifeless body falls to the ground. Lighter reaches down for the papers.
I try to tackle him.
I shoot him.
All
I'm
right.
reaching for the papers.
All right. So, Alex, you are going to have to help me with combat in this.
Oh yeah, we have already fucked up by engaging in combat. All right,
Sorry,
let's go.
guys. I see a zombie. I'm gonna shoot the zombie.
That's fine, and it's very valid at this point, and I kind of figured we would end up with some sort of
Where's
combat
initiative?
at some point.
I may have explicitly created this character to get into combat somehow.
Oh, mine didn't. Where's initiative?
It is.
Where is it? I don't see it.
I don't think we actually have a thing set up for it yet.
Yeah.
No,
so
like
you
where
you
is
go to
the
the
button for
combat.
initiative?
It's
You get a-
dexterity under combat.
Yeah, on the left there,
Oh, I see. Okay, so we need to get our
Which
tokens
just-
out.
forwards your dex to.
Yeah, it is just your dex, but that is.
Remember to drag your pictures out as
Yeah.
pseudo tokens. Also, it took me
So
forever to
scored.
find
Oh,
this fucking
scrunch.
playlist. I'm sorry.
Very scored.
I do like your full picture, scrunched into a man.
Let me know
Yeah,
when we're good
yeah.
to roll initiative, Alicia.
Let's see.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm trying to find out exactly what the name of what Lightyear is so I can look up the stats.
Mhm.
Or like
He-
pull them up.
He's a giga zombie.
He's a Chad zombie.
I like how Bridget is like a PNG, so she just looks like a sticker on the desk.
Yeah,
Like a pinup sticker on the desk.
A
and
zombie.
the rest of us are like shitty drags.
The JPEGs.
We outnumber you, PNG.
Oh, there it is. Okay, zombie. Okay.
I need to save this playlist. There we go.
It's very good.
Right? It took me forever to find exactly what I wanted, and I'm glad this is actually like exactly what I wanted.
I'm very much digging it.
When the description said, if you need battle soundtracks or inspiration for the climax of your book, I was like, okay, this one.
Oh. Oh. Okay. One, two, three, four. You guys are fine for rolling initiative and stuff. I'm just gonna add in my guy.
Like, oh, Curtis is upside down.
We probably start this with
Ah,
sanity
damn.
loss.
I probably fucking should have grabbed a knife from the kitchen. That's fine.
Yeah, I will roll that in just a second. Sorry, I'm trying to see what his initiative is.
I'm good.
I don't.
It's just
actually-
his deck stat.
Oh, is it just a? Sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Aha, he's below all of us.
Is that everyone? Okay.
Yeah, it is. I checked.
Alrighty. Oh, this will be fun. I am going to need a sanity roll from everyone.
Oof.
Super rip.
69.
Jesus.
92.
I would like to
Ooh.
push for a reroll on my sanity on account that I'm being protected by my gun.
No.
No, actually, given his backstory,
My magic gun.
No,
I will-
you literally can't push sanity rolls or use luck on them.
Oh. I haven't used
Shut
luck at
up.
all.
Thank
Sad
you,
face.
Alex.
I haven't used luck at all. I was gonna do it.
That how much we lose?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dang
All right, cool.
And I-
You've rolled max on it twice so
Oh,
far.
Sorry, did not mean to do that.
But
But
we
I
do
succeeded.
all get 5 points to Cthulhu Mythos.
Do we?
Yeah, because we're losing
We're gonna
sanity.
die.
to
It
this-
doesn't matter.
we get it because we under C. It's right under credit rating.
There it is.
We've seen the mythos with our eyes. We now know.
And for some of us, it's not the first time.
I think you guys also get a short-term madness.
Yeah, a lot of us
Cool.
do.
Yay, I'm insane again.
You were good for like.
A total of 30 seconds, honestly.
Did any of us? Oh my god.
No, none of us passed.
Okay, so we just die. That's great. Okay. I'm sorry, Chris. I have realized something. We get to make an intelligence roll before we go temporarily insane.
Oh.
I see how it is.
But you're trying to
When
fail.
him.
You don't want to
Oh, you can be
understand what you're
too
seeing.
Stupid to go
Oh.
insane.
Yeah, you don't fully
Oh
comprehend.
no, that means
Oh,
I'm gonna
you
go
really
insane because my
comprehend.
intelligence is really high.
I got an extreme success. It's not.
You
Oh.
all understand the reality of this horrid situation.
Wait, why are we all succeeding? Don't.
Because I was 60.
Do we not want to succeed this?
No, we don't.
Nope. You don't
That's
want to
hilarious.
comprehend.
It's
I mean,
to
I'm being told
see.
we're not supposed to.
It's to see if you are smart enough to understand the horror.
So Curtis, Samson, and Rosemary all go insane.
Bridget and I, we're just like, man, that's fucked up. Huh.
And I'm actually intelligent too.
Ah.
None
Smarter
of us are
than the-
particularly dumb.
Smarter than the teacher, that's for sure.
Yeah, my education's 90, not my intelligence.
True.
Sometimes that's where
It's an interesting thing to
works.
split those, yeah.
I'm hyper intelligent.
Huge brain.
My brain is pulsating.
So many strokes.
You know what this means.
I wonder
I
if
know
we all get different
exactly
ones.
what's going on.
I am having such a bitch of a time finding the thing I used just a little bit ago.
You know, you're
And I'm
good.
so mad.
Take
This is
your
a
time.
system that we don't usually run a lot, so you're fine.
Take your time.
We'll yell at you later.
No.
It also does not have, or I believe there is a similar to 5e tools resource out there, but I don't have it, like, I don't
Saved.
know what it is well enough to, like, say, oh, just look at this. Forehead.
Yeah, there's probably some open source stuff out there. Because yar.
Yar.
Open source, that's what we're calling it.
That's what I'll call it.
It might be bored in Minneapolis. uh
You believe you're in Utah. That's your madness.
Cold in California.
sorry, it's not exactly it either.
No worries. I'm excited for the fact that this pretty much guarantees that we're gonna do Unraveled next week. Like, I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you for running Call of Cthulhu. I'm so excited to be doing Unraveled.
Okay. Everyone who succeeded the intelligence check, roll me a D100.
Sure.
I'll roll 51. I'll be insane in the same way.
I'm hitting 69 right now. Damn it, 49. Fuck.
4.
Close.
Was it just 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, Samson.
Mhm.
Character babbles in incoherent rapid speech.
Cool. That's totally like him.
And let's see. Oh, and this is for you would roll a d10, and since we're in combat, it's rounds.
Okay. 1d10. That's not.
It's not bad though, because you
Oh
can
no,
still act pretty well.
Noah! I'm so sorry. Noah, character faints.
Oh no, you again!
He's like, I'm gonna shoot.
Can we roll for negligent discharge?
No. It can be
almost
awakened by vigorous action taking 1 round.
Hey, that's
Oh.
actually not too bad.
I'll
Yeah.
get vigorous. What?
Or someone can just take my gun. That's fine. I don't know.
No one can shoot
Yeah,
the
Bridget.
gun.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone has
I think-
skills in the gun.
I'd like to hope that Curtis can last longer than 1 round.
6 seconds.
49.
Oh my god.
I think technically for
I
Call
like
of
how
Cthulhu, you're-
Bridget knew exactly how long Curtis can last.
I would like to say technically in Call of Cthulhu it's 10. Good job, Curtis.
Oh wow! Round up.
Slightly better than your average D&D.
Oh my god.
That'd be the title if we're doing titles.
I know.
I'm kind of sad we weren't because we have a lot of good ones.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
That's
okay.
So let's see, 49. Character shows physical hysterics or emotional outburst, laughing, crying, and so on. And that's again for a D10.
That fits Chris's character.
I like how we got ones that fit, like at least me and Rosemary.
And then I'm here
Ooh.
falling over for no reason.
7
Alright, so
hours.
that's
I'm
7.
emotional.
Yeah, it's
Rounds.
just emotional
Rounds,
ones.
yeah. Isn't it rounds or is it?
Yeah, it's rounds.
Yeah.
So for 7 rounds, I'm emotional.
For
Does
like
it
a
do
minute.
anything other than me be emotional?
Nope, just physical hysterics or emotional outburst.
Just lean into it, whatever that means for
Just sob.
Rosemary.
Yeah, you guys lucked out on some of them.
I know exactly what I'm about to
Man,
do.
I wish
I was worried
didn't
that I was just gonna
fail.
brain myself.
We wish you didn't fail.
No, this is fun. Going mad?
That's fair.
I mean, part of the reason I play this game is to go mad.
Alright.
It's statistically more likely than any other outcome for your character, other than maybe death.
Yeah, I mean, don't worry, you guys got some chances to...
True.
We're not done yet.
Yippee!
Alright. Curtis.
I drool on the
You-
floor.
Yeah, you guys run in, ready to, at the very least, defend yourselves. This thing has, at this point, murdered... Oh, goodness. 4 people, at minimum. As it turns towards you, you see those whitish eyes, but as you look at the skin, you can see something like wriggle underneath it.
Blech.
Like it is stretched taut against a mass underneath it of something crawling and squirming. As it starts to approach you. Curtis, you see this absolute horror, and your mind just can't comprehend it. Your body can't. Your body does what it can to protect its mind, and it shuts down, and you fall to the ground unconscious. Sebastian, it is your turn.
What I said before we started combat was that I wanted to dive for the papers essentially, and I would still like to do that.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just double checking.
I would say it's probably a maneuver if he has them, or some kind of speed thing if he doesn't yet.
It is on the floor, so I would agree with the speed. He is, instead of grabbing them, turned to face you.
Okay. Probably a dex roll then?
That sounds like it would make the most sense. You kind of rush to grab at the papers, but you... How to phrase this? You realize that they were dropped amidst all of these papers. And for a brief second, you kind of are looking, trying to find it, and you lose your opportunity to kind of just grab it and quickly.
Okay, so now I have to search. Sad.
As you are standing right next to the monster.
Yep.
Samson, it is your turn.
Yeah, he just starts going no, and he just dives and tries to tackle him. Like Samson. Not Samson. So far. Lightner.
PvP has been enabled.
Yeah. So what do I
You
roll for
can't have it,
that?
I'm getting it.
I mean, that's a fair thing that he might do. Is it's my job to find these papers, not yours.
Okay.
No.
Alex, what do you think that tackle would be?
That would be probably a maneuver which would go under brawl, but instead of doing damage, you would add the effect of like pinning him essentially.
Okay.
The brawl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm using luck.
All right. That.
So do I need to
Sounds
meet
good.
it? Or do I have to be one under? Oops,
You
my bad,
just
sorry.
have to get success because here's a fun thing. He can't dodge.
Cool.
He just can't.
That's what it says, is that because it's a zombie which lacks volition, it doesn't try to dodge ever because
Yeah.
it's a zombie.
All
He
right.
might have the ability to fight back still.
True.
Yes, that is always an option.
I have him pinned to the ground, I guess. I have him tackled.
Mm-hmm.
Going insane.
I have
Yep,
42 luck. I'm fucking using them.
You rush at him and just you don't have much on your frame,
No.
but what you do, you put all of it into knocking this thing over. As you pin him down, you can feel the things under his skin move and twist. And in some parts, you can see the skin starting to rip. And underneath is this blackish red, almost like worms, akin in color to boiling blood and dying cinders.
Is this music time?
All right. Next is Bridget.
Bridget would have ran over and went for the gun, but like as like she sees Samson like tackle Lightner, she like starts like shaking, realizes what she has in her hand. Like she drops it, and then she goes to shake Curtis awake. Curtis, we need you. Curtis, wake up. Curtis.
All right. You use your action to wake up Curtis. Curtis, you are violently brought back into reality as Bridget shakes you.
Talk to the fucking ghost.
Hold yourself. We need your gun ability.
I imagine you slapping him.
Whatcha?
Get your shit together!
It's gun time. Alright, good. Thank you.
Alright. Next up is Rosemary.
So Rosemary walks into the room, seems lighter, and everybody starts like scrambling. Rosemary, on the other hand, falls to her knees, sobbing. But it's not like the awful, oh no, oh God's type of sobbing. It's, she's so happy.
They're real.
They exist.
It's happening. I told them for so long that it was possible.
Like a totally normal human.
And
Oh, danger.
I wish to look around and observe the maze that is the equation and see if I can find the end.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. That is going to be the hardest type of check. That's a verbose check.
I mean, in extreme.
Verbose just means it rolls all of them.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yes, I did mean extreme.
Of what?
Make me an argument.
All right. So, there's a couple of arguments you could throw out here. My biggest argument is intelligence. Seeing as I'm looking for the paper that looks like the equal sign, essentially. The other argument that you could argue is spot hidden, because it is amongst all the papers. And the last one is library use, because there's some kind of organization, but not sure what kind of organization it is.
I think intelligence would be your best bet as you are trying to figure this out.
All right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
17.
Hold on.
Do you have
How
enough
much
luck?
luck is that?
Yeah.
How much luck is
Oh
that?
my god.
Let me see.
That one might
28.
be easier for you to
Yeah,
just
28.
argue to re-roll.
Yeah,
than-
you might be able to push that instead.
Yeah, but what if he rolls higher?
It's
then
always a
it's funny.
possibility.
26?
28.
28?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got enough luck.
Oh my god.
I got enough luck for that.
The
See, I'm
one
not
will
sure
live
if this is a
forever.
good thing or a bad thing. Is this going to like kill us?
You don't know.
I don't. Starting to think we should have trusted Wit a little bit more.
You know, Wick could probably handle this, but you know.
Oh, I mean, he wouldn't have handled this. He would have
No.
told you to get him the papers.
Yeah.
That's just the
Alright.
blood talking, though.
You want to use up your luck?
I already did.
All right. Are you trying to find the paper that has the end? What are you?
Yes.
Okay. You look around frantically as you kind of realize that some of these equations are just copies of copies. Others of them are like smaller fragments of the large. And as you look through them and start to parse it together, you start to solve it.
Hmm.
That's bad. I
would say with this, you see the papers, the original papers.
Hmm.
You also see how Cecil was very close to solving it. And you see the spot where he left off.
Yep.
Okay. It is close to where Cecil was. So you would have to get by the body of Cecil and lighter to get to it.
Can I do that?
You can get over there, but you can't do anything else.
Yeah, I'll get over there.
Okay.
She does like she's like ignoring everything
Yeah,
that's happening.
as you are looking and solving this in your head, Samson, the tears on lighter get larger, and more of these reddish black worms can be seen.
Blech.
They, as you're like grabbing onto him, they like slither out of his body and like wrap around you before going back in.
Blech.
All right. Next up is Lighter's turn. Hey, buddy.
Yippee! It's him.
How does the pinned affect him, Alec?
So he basically takes a penalty die.
Mm-hmm. So when he rolls, he has to roll this with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that's just mean. The information thing on the side doesn't actually bring up anything.
I don't know what that means.
In Roll20, the information thing that you can use to search, it doesn't actually bring anything up.
Oh, yeah, because we haven't paid for anything.
Oh, well, that's
There's no
lame.
SRD. At least no SRD uploaded.
All right. So I'm just gonna do this manually. Oh, okay.
So the penalty is basically re-rolling the tens place.
Okay. That does make him fail.
Thank fucking God.
So
I don't know what he's
how-
doing.
Well, he was essentially trying to get at you, Samson. He got one of his arms free and was going to try to. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Alex. Did I interrupt you?
Yes, Samson has to roll either a fight back or a dodge. So either brawl or
Okay.
dodge.
I was thinking like I don't get to roll anything to try to
Shit,
like
I'm sorry. Yes, go. I'm sorry. That's my
a
bad.
fight back or a dodge.
Yep.
What
So
was-
either fight back, you can potentially do damage to him, but in a tie he wins. So if you try to hit him and you fail, he hits you.
what would be
A
fight
dodge,
back?
Brawl.
brawl.
Brawl? Okay.
If you dodge, you're not trying to hurt him, but you are just avoiding him, and if you guys tie, so if you fail, you win.
Okay. Well, my brawl is better than my dodge.
Mm-hmm.
They're both really low. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fight back. Ooh.
Okay, so you actually did worse than him, you fumbled.
Yeah.
So he does hit you anyway.
Can I push?
Not in this, I don't think.
Boo.
Alright, so his is. And then. That's how much damage you take. 5.
Christ. Okay.
Alright. As you hold him down, struggling, you see him get his arm free as he goes to try to basically take a swing at you. You attempt to kind of punch him first, hoping that it'll jar, like, he'll stop, jar him to pause. But he's just much faster than you're expecting, as he slams his unnaturally strong fist like right in the middle of your chest, and you feel it almost feels like your collarbone breaks.
How much is your max health, Jamie?
9.
So you took 5, which would be more than 50%. So
Major wound.
Yep, you have to roll con check to not just fall unconscious from pain.
Okay.
Jesus.
You're not supposed to fight things a lot. Okay, you would be unconscious.
So is there like a thing I'm supposed to click?
Major wound and unconscious. You can just click on them and they highlight.
Okay.
You're not dying.
Yeah, you're not technically dying.
True.
You are stable unconscious.
He slams his fist into your collarbone. You feel it give under his strength, and just the sheer pain just knocks you out. And he pushes Samson's unconscious body off of him and rises. Curtis, it is your turn.
I would like to
people are
shoot
getting pretty
my
fucked
gun.
up. Mm-hmm.
So do I just roll my gun?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck. Can't push that, can I? Or not push.
You can luck it though.
luck it.
He's
think I
already used up quite a bit of luck.
I still got 44 luck, baby.
How
He
much
has a lot of
fucking
luck.
luck? What the
I had a
hell,
lot.
man?
He had a
I had
lot.
like 80
He
something.
had like
crazy.
80, yeah.
I'm gonna luck it because
Okay.
why not? So that'll put me at 26.
I think so.
This is actually wait, really quick. This is very important. Where are you aiming?
Head.
Okay, if you want to aim for the head, there's a penalty.
In that case, I won't.
Okay.
Next round.
then censor
No, I'm
mass.
sorry.
then.
I just wanted to make sure.
It's good to know.
Because it's a smaller part of the body you're trying to hit.
That would make sense.
Let's see. Give me 1 second.
You cannot dodge a gun.
So where are you shooting him then?
Directly in the chest then, because
Okay. You shoot him directly into the chest. Some of the worms kind of explode out of his body, covering Samson a bit and some of the papers on the ground. He staggers back a bit, but seems determined to move forward.
Now, it says on the information for my gun that it says attacks a 1, 3 max. What does that mean? Does that
I
mean I
don't
can shoot
know.
more?
I've never figured that fully out.
Okay, well, we don't have the rules pinned, so I can't go and look. Let's just search my history.
Let's see. Automatic fire.
If you want to attack more than once, you have to add a penalty dice to each one.
Okay, in that case, no, I can't do that.
Okay.
One will
Alright.
do then. I do 4 damage.
Which is a lot more than it sounds in this game.
Yeah.
However, it is a 2 on a 1d10 plus 2.
Well, it's not good damage for the gun, but it's more than one might think.
Oh, actually, given what that was. Okay, so it hits him hard and it like shatters out part of his chest. Yeah, it shatters, like rips through the skin, and like the worms kind of like fall out of what's ripped. But you do kind of notice that his body doesn't seem to be held together super strong. So you think possibly aiming for
Body part
Other
might sever.
places might give you more of an advantage. Like
Okay.
either limbs or the head.
Okay.
All right.
Does my magic gun have a bonus?
No. Sebastian, it is your turn.
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
I don't
I'm
think he is.
thinking.
Okay.
Sorry. I would like to locate the correct papers in the pile.
Okay. That'll be a spot hidden.
Could I argue for occult because I am trying to assess which one is the most true, if that makes sense.
Most true.
Like I'm looking for the one that's the least affected by scribbling undergrads. I'm looking for the one that looks the most
You know
accurate.
what? Yes, but that means you are directly looking at the paper.
That's fine.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. Give me 1 second. Can you roll me a sanity? Okay.
Well, it's an
Mm.
extreme failure, so you know.
It's actually not, for whatever reason, a fumble on this one.
Cause you're not
I don't think you can fumble sanity.
You take 4 loss to your sanity as you find and hold these papers. The formula on it, it's not like the others. Yes, it is complex. You're in college. You have seen formulas that you have no chance of ever solving in your life. But this one takes on a whole new meaning of it. There is humans naturally, when you look at something, whether it is words or numbers, naturally your brain tries to decipher some of it, even if it can't get all of it. It frantically struggles. If you've ever looked at a word and tried not to read it, you know it's impossible. And it's the same with this. You're looking at it and it draws you in the fact that you cannot understand a single part of it. There are symbols that you think you should know, but in ways that don't, you just can't follow it. And for a second, you catch yourself just staring into it, trying desperately to solve it, before some of the commotion around you kind of jolts you back.
Well, it doesn't really jolt me back because I have lost over a fifth of my sanity within this session, which means I'm actually indefinitely insane.
Woo!
But I like my papers, and they're mine now.
Do you want to roll that?
Yeah, I'll roll that.
Give me 1 second.
I think I'll have lost a fifth of mine if I lose one more.
$29. Character becomes paranoid.
Nice. I am paranoid forever.
Not forever. You can Fix.
Go.
Oh no, wait, you have indefinite insanity. I'm sorry.
You can fix it. It's not be fixed now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's not the long term. It is the indefinite insanity, and that's different.
Indefinite just means of indeterminate length, not
Yes.
forever.
Yes, but it is. I mean, it's a different table.
Yeah. Okay.
This one is you now have problems with impulse control.
Oh, I'm the same.
Yeah, I don't think that changes
Maybe.
anything.
All right, impulse control. I will write that down.
Thank you. Alrighty. Anything else from Sebastian?
Can I start to write on the paper?
Your next turn you can.
Okay, then no.
Samson, you are unconscious.
Or anything I have to roll? Or no?
No, you're stable.
Cool.
Bridget.
How do I know if I'm supposed to roll temporary insanity?
So for temporary, it's 5 or more in one go. Indefinite is a fifth of your max sanity within a day, essentially.
Okay.
It's actually an hour.
Okay, within an hour. So the sanity rolls we've made today would all classify because that's been within the last 2 minutes, essentially.
Okay, so I lost 8 sanity. Do I need to roll? Should I have rolled to see if I went insane?
You did that. That's when you succeeded your intelligence. Or failed your intelligence.
Okay, so I am 28 of 39 insanity. Do I have to do anything with that?
Well, 39 you said was your max?
Yes.
That's more than your 5th.
Yeah.
But you might have lost that at a different time. Some of it.
That is true. Do you know how much you've lost?
Is it a fifth of your total or a fifth of
Within
your
1
current?
hour.
Max.
Max.
Yeah. It's
The fifth of your max.
Then it definitely what's your max?
39. I was at 36 at the start of this craziness.
Then it is definitely a fifth.
Yeah, then I also would. So.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll me D100s.
Scared of fainting.
21 is you now have an eating disorder.
Once again,
Oh, no.
are we sure
Oh,
this is new?
Which, rough.
Oh, wait, that blood. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah, that definitely can, my dude. 74?
Too tasty.
Ooh, is a sleep disorder. Either night terrors, sleepwalking, that kind of stuff.
Well, it appears that I have narcolepsy.
Join the club.
All signs point to.
Alrighty. Thank you for catching that, Craig.
Yeah, I just wanted to go insane.
I know.
I just
Well,
want
now-
to be
now you-
insane like
And now
Now
you
you
did it in
people.
such an appropriate way.
I know.
Love when that stuff happens.
So that doesn't change where I was going to do this round.
You should bite him. You should do
Yes.
it. That would be hilarious.
I bite Lightner. No. So where
Does he have to pay extra for that?
for him is free.
Kinky.
Damn
What?
it. Guys, come on.
Compared to where Rosemary and or Samson is, who is furthest away from Lightner?
Rosemary would be farther away. Samson is next to him and unconscious.
Okay. wasn't sure if he'd like start walking forward or something.
If he started walking forward, he would not be close to either. I kind of picture them on the sides of him.
Alright, after witnessing like Rosemary kind of like drop her knees and like start to like laugh and be like, it's all true, then gets up and starts walking towards where Hunter's body is. She will try to skirt, staying away from Lightner as far as possible and get to Rosemary. Be like, Rosemary, what's going on? What? We need to leave or something. We can't be here. And I'll like, can I try to console her? Like, try to understand what she's babbling about or what she's saying, or is she saying anything?
She's looking at the papers and is seemingly she's like looking at them and is like, how does one solve this?
You just say it.
How does one commit crimes?
Against humanity, yes.
What are you talking about, Rosemary? Solve what?
The equation. I need to solve it.
I think this would be either. I'll give you an option for persuade or psychology.
I will use psychology.
I'm shocked. I actually am. I thought you would use persuade.
My persuade is 10. My psychology is 45. I will use luck points because I have 60. However, to succeed that.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily against the 40. Is it against the 45, Alex? Because then wouldn't Chris have to roll against it?
No. Why would Chris have to roll against it?
Because she's trying to do it to Chris.
If she's trying to break his insanity, the 45 would do it. If she's trying to physically stop her, that would be a different roll, I feel like.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay.
I don't know if
you're-
making her sane will fix the problem,
No, that's
but
fair.
that is what you would need to do so, is a 45.
Okay.
Might
Are you
reconsider.
Are you going to use your luck, or are you going to push it?
I'm going to use my luck.
Okay.
So that would be
If we survive and try to use these characters again,
6.
they're going to be so fucked.
I have 54 luck still. I don't know what you're talking about.
You kind of shake.
Can I stop this because I'm not. Okay, I don't know if this is a pointless roll because she's not trying to kill herself or do anything like that.
I don't understand.
She is trying to solve this equation so that she can know how to change it.
Solving it will release it fully first, though.
Well,
before you can change
what
it.
this would fix is the emotional outburst part.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
all that it's really done.
Okay. If I understand this correctly, the thing needs to know the solution, right? If I understand that correctly, maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I could say I don't know.
I don't think we do know that.
yeah, I don't think you know.
Okay.
So at least you stop crying. Maybe you can focus, I don't know, better? I'm just trying to help. I'm not going near the zombie.
Yeah. I will say to Bridget, we need to know what the equation is so I can change it. It has rules. We have to follow the rules. It needs to be an equation that is all but unsolvable. All but. So if we change it to something else, we can re-trap it in here.
I am out of my element. If this is what you think is the best, I trust you.
Unless someone has a better idea.
You could take it to Wick.
I mean,
Shut up, Satan.
I
I
think Bridget would trust
I don't like working
Rosemary
with
over
Satan,
Whit.
honestly.
Even though Bridget secretly wants to go back and get some of that special vintage.
Get that good sip.
That good sieve. Yeah, that's my turn, I guess.
Mhm.
Can't really do anything else. I can't throw some at him, can't tackle him, so all that worked out.
All right.
It worked great, except the part where it hit Samson in the face so hard he died.
Rosemary.
Not dead yet.
I mean,
I'm not dead yet.
You could probably stop tracking your babbling because you're not going to wake up in time to keep babbling.
Oh no, I'm gonna keep tracking it. It's something I can do, because otherwise I'm doing nothing.
Sorry,
So-
man.
So, I am going to yell at Curtis. No, not Curtis. Sebastian, because he was the one that was doing the research with me.
Mhm.
Did you figure out a way to re-trap this thing?
Nope.
Wow. I fall asleep for 5 seconds and everything goes to hell. All right, cool.
Yep.
And what I want to try to figure out with the equation is like what number I can replace to utterly change the equation without and make it unsolvable, even to like I could not solve it right off the back, essentially.
Do you have any background with math?
No. But I'm super smart.
Okay. Well, I do want to point out that this is going to be insanely tough.
sounds like theoretical math level stuff.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds like cryptography, but I don't think he would have the skill in that either.
Those are the same thing.
So,
Fair enough.
what I would let you do for this is it would be a process of 3 checks, all of them extreme. And you cannot fail a single one.
Oh. Well, shit.
Oh.
Well, shit. Would she try anyways? Nope. Grabs Bridget's hand and it starts running as it starts pulling them out of the place because they can't. She's got nothing else at this point.
All right. You
We give it to Wick because, I mean,
you head towards the door.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, bye.
Assuming do I have the papers or no?
No, Sebastian has them.
Sebastian has the papers. Okay, I will. I thought I had the papers. That is my bad. I'm sorry.
No, you grabbed
A set.
yes, you grabbed
set.
one of the ones
Yes.
Cecil wrote.
Yes. Okay. Then I will. All right. All right. This is a lot, guys. This is a lot. All right, Samson. I will grab Samson.
Okay.
can roll medicine to bring him awake, I believe, or just carry him out.
I am really bad at medicine. I would like to just try to like get Samson out of here.
Sure. Roll me a strength.
I will ask Bridget if she could help me.
If Bridget helps you, I'm not going to make you roll.
Yeah, I would help.
Okay. All right, you start dragging his body out. Lightyear. Lighter's gonna turn, and he's gonna go for Sebastian, who's got the papers.
He do.
All right.
You be papering.
Okay, so we both fail, so I dodge.
All right. His
It's an
hand
awkward
like
stumble.
snaps out to like grab you by your neck, but you like kind of see it coming and duck down, and he just like grazes the tip of your head. As he stares down at you with these lifeless eyes. Curtis, it is your turn. You see Rosemary and Bridget are running out, and Sebastian has the papers, or what you assume to be the papers, as Lightyear is attacking him. Noah?
I'm gonna keep shooting the monster.
Okay.
I'd like to aim for his head to disable his apparent sensory organs.
You will take a penalty to that.
Yes. Okay.
Is that a penalty die, or does it make it hard?
Penalty die.
Yeah, it's a penalty die.
Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Why am I so bad with my gun? Guess I miss.
Yeah. Unfortunately. You tried to shoot him, but your aim is a little off. This has... You manage, like, he makes that sudden lunge, and you just shoot right where he was a second ago. Anything else, Curtis?
No.
Sebastian, you are being attacked.
I'd like to kind of roll out of the way, and then I would like to start to write.
Okay. What are you writing?
I am writing a short story, a mystery that I am sure the creature will not be able to figure out who the killer is.
I write fanfic.
I write Sherlock
Wait.
Holmes.
No,
The kind
wait. I have an idea for you.
Oh my god.
You write this story.
With everyone as a possible suspect.
You know, like this one.
Oh, let's go meta, guys.
It is up to Sebastian.
I am thinking something more akin to a Sherlock Holmes novel, because those are always cheats. You can't solve a Sherlock Holmes novel because Doyle never gave everyone all of the answers needed to. I am writing something that he can't logic his way out of because I'm not giving him all the clues. I'm cheating in my writing, essentially.
All right. This is very interesting and I very much like it. The only issue is it is going to take time to write it. So here's what I can let you do. Is it will take 3 rounds to write it. 3 rounds of successes. With regular, and then at the very end, it will be an extreme roll to
For the
see if it
twist.
works.
Okay.
So, if this is what you are doing, go ahead and roll your first language own. All right.
Pantis, why do you smell so stinky?
Do I get 2 successes for a hard success?
No.
Boo. But also fair.
You go ahead and you all watch as Sebastian starts furiously writing on these papers. Samson, you are unconscious.
Woo.
I'm sorry,
Rigid,
my medicine is awful.
you are not unconscious.
Shit. She'll look back and she'll see. I guess not Samson, because he's dead in her arms. Sebastian writing vigorously on a piece of paper. Like, what do you do? We need to go. There's nothing I can do. I'm not going back in there. Out of curiosity, if Bridget came up to Curse and took the gun and aimed it at Lightner, would you let me take the gun, or if I go like I'll shoot him?
I think he's got a death grip on that gun right now.
Oh, okay.
So, also, I'm not sure how logistically that works in
Sure.
terms of combat system.
Shit. Well, both Rosemary and I have Samson and are, I guess, dragging him out, so I can't just drop Samson. So I guess I continue to bring him out with Rosemary.
If you try to bring him back with medicine, you won't hurt him if you fail. Unless you push it, but that would be a little silly.
I have a 1 in medicine.
I
I literally cannot succeed.
Like,
Unless I roll
when
1.
I said that, I didn't realize that.
I mean, I could try.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
I guess it's better than not doing anything.
If only just.
That was a pretty
You
good
could use-
roll.
I could
all
luck
things
that. I could
considered.
luck that. Can I luck that?
I
If
mean,
you
if you've got
wish.
enough.
I do. I am lucking that.
All right.
Woo.
Samson, you awake to being carried by the 2 girls.
You also get 1 HP.
But that was at 4. Oh, I
You get
understand now.
one
I get
more.
one more.
No, they kill you and then they
They
revive you.
stab you.
I was like, well, I still have a major wound though, right?
Yes, that
Oh.
will take the hospital.
Bridget thinks back. It's like, well, slapping Curtis worked, so she slaps Samson to wake him up.
And that
All
gives
right.
you health.
Yup,
Yeah.
apparently.
It's a
Rosemary,
loving slap.
Samson is up again. Sebastian has the papers and is writing in them. Curtis is shooting, and there's a zombie that is trying to munch you.
I mean,
Rosemary,
Not
is it
you're the
me
best
or is it?
editor I know. Come help me.
Okay. Here's the thing. What does it look like you're trying to do?
Scribble furiously on the main paper.
All right.
But I've got that look on my face that I'm sure you've seen plenty that I get when I'm like really into writing something.
The nerd rage.
Yes, I've got the flow.
Are you actually calling for her to help you? You can do that.
No,
That
she
was
is.
what I was intending.
Okay. All right.
I will.
How to phrase this? Rosemary cannot help you in terms of writing fast, but she
She's
can
music.
help you with the
That's what music-
final check.
I have an idea. I'm assuming that the papers are more than just one page.
Yes.
Can I grab more pieces of the papers to assist in the actual check itself?
How?
Like more pages for him to write on, because
Oh.
I assume he's gonna need more pages essentially.
In 30 seconds, I'm writing the world's greatest novel. Guys, don't worry about it.
It will only take 30 seconds.
It's a short
Because
story.
it already have all the paper, like all the equation written all over it. So I assume he needs space, unless he's
And-
just writing directly over it.
And let's not forget with the actual contents of the paper. On witchcraft.
Yeah, I'm filling the margins. I'm covering everything else. I'm not necessarily writing over the math because that sounds like a fucky idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you are grabbing papers for him to write on?
Yep.
Okay.
Because I can't exactly. I'm unfortunately I'm not a novelist.
No, I get you. I will give you let's say a -5 to your check for Rosemary doing this.
What's the check?
No, to his check.
Would it not just be a advantage die?
No, yeah, that's fine. Let's do advantage. All right. Next is Lightyear, who is going to attack Sebastian.
That's rude.
Yeah.
He's a rude dude.
Rude dude.
Rude dude.
Is that a success or a failure?
That is a success.
I would like to luck into a success as well, meaning I win and he doesn't hit me.
That's a lot to
Luck.
lose.
It's one.
Unluck.
Oh, I see by that. Alright, yeah. You manage again to dodge out of the way as he attempts to go for you.
I
I
like
think
how you
I'm
went
just
from, like,
ducking my head to
hurtful.
grab another paper.
You went
I'm
from,
like digging through the stack and then tossing it over at him.
Yeah, as he's doing this, like, there's more of these tears in the body and more, like, you duck down, both of you guys, to grab the papers, and these worms kind of like fall on you, like you feel them like crawling across the back of your neck and like in your hair. Anyway, next up is Curtis.
I shoot him with my gun.
All right, try it.
I would like to shoot him 3 times. Yes, yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
cast gun.
I gun.
I quicken
but
spell
rapidly.
my
I
gun.
cast magic missile.
At the darkness.
All right, roll.
Okay. Come on, Curtis. You can do it. I believe in you. And now I need to the penalty it.
Mm-hmm.
-1. Wait.
Is that?
That seems weird.
What does that mean?
I think you hit it. I think you still succeed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it subtracted 1 there, though.
It's supposed
So
to
it can't be
subtract one.
100.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it could be 10 minus 1, so it would be 90.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And so do I try 2 more times?
Yeah, go for it.
6 still succeeds.
Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick. Where are you trying to hit him?
I'm not trying to hit anywhere specific this time.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going for rapidity of fire this time. So that's 3 hits.
Damn. Yeah. Nice, son.
So that's 22 damage
Good
total.
God.
Hey.
That's
So
like
now
double
you've just
damage.
outright killed any living person in the room.
You go ahead and just in quick succession, just boom, 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 straight off. And you watch as, his arm, like you basically shoot kind of more towards like, you were aiming for the heart region, or like where the heart would be, just sheer training. You kind of hit his arm a bit, and you watch as that arm just gets torn away, and the worms are just leaking out of it, but he is now down an arm.
Good. Okay. That'll be my turn.
Nice. Sebastian, it is your turn.
I would like to continue to work on my masterpiece that will never be topped.
Go ahead.
A very different kind of fanfic.
You know.
Well, roll, you slut.
No, I will not.
Okay, then you fail.
No, I don't.
You do get advantage, because...
So that's a 27, which is a hard success.
Is that how you roll advantages?
Yeah. You roll the tens place again.
I swore we've been just re-rolling it, but okay.
I think that is how we've been doing it.
Yeah.
But also it's mostly the same. If you
Yeah.
do it that way.
Okay. But yes, you succeed as you are somehow able to concentrate in this.
It's the creative flow.
Sure, the
Nice.
I've never had more inspiration.
You've never had more motivation.
That is definitely true.
Samson, you come back, your chest is hurting. You look around and see this sight as Rosemary is taken off to try to help Sebastian. This creature does not seem to be slowing down.
Where are we? Are we like upstairs? Are we downstairs?
There is no upstairs, it's just one downstairs area. Basically, you're in the living room.
Okay. Is the
It
kitchen?
occurs to me that there is a map, and I could have put you in there.
Yep. Is the kitchen nearby or no?
Yeah.
would it be possible for me to go grab a knife and then be able to do something still?
You
it
could
probably
grab.
depend on what your mad movement is.
Yeah, what's your max movement?
Fuck, where I find that?
Combat, I think.
No, it's
Movement rate is under combat.
7?
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of 35, essentially.
I would say you probably could. You basically go like right in the tip of the kitchen and
Got a knife block.
yeah, I think that's fine. It's more interesting to give Samson a knife.
Yeah.
This is the second time he's went for a knife.
Yeah.
Got a knife! Not a
And I
professor!
believe he's actually still babbling. So
He is
got a
technically still babbling until the end of
I
this turn.
love it!
Oh, I mean, a knife. Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally just muttering to himself as he sprints into the fucking kitchen, grabs a knife, comes back, and he's gonna try to throw it at the body.
Oh god.
Because he's not getting close again, but he will chuck a knife.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I roll for that?
He will choke a bitch.
Hmm.
My god, what's with all these fucking songs being weird?
I think there's
Alex?
perfect part of mythos going on here.
I would. It's probably your brawl still.
Okay.
I think technically one would could maybe say it's something else, but
There's a throw skill.
oh, is there a throw?
Yes,
There's
sir.
a throw skill.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
how
there is a
that one
throw.
did.
It's worse.
Just saying, it'd probably throw.
It's
I
worse.
mean, y'all
No,
can
I mean
draw,
you're
I don't care.
probably right.
Sorry, I'm reading the thing that
Yeah. This one sounds almost too happy.
it does
Too
sound like
triumphant.
it sounds like you won and you haven't.
I know. That was 100% from Atlantis, though. It sounded like Atlantis.
Hmm.
It's fine.
The cheat sheet was definitely made by a person who knew what they needed a cheat sheet on, but it's better than nothing. I grabbed it randomly.
Well, Call of Cthulhu knife stats.
Knife.
Kniff. Kniff.
Do. Jesus Christ! It does.
Sorry.
No, I'm looking at the damage it does.
A knife?
Yeah,
Is it more than a gun?
I have a knife.
it's 1d4 plus 2 plus a d8.
Jesus.
It's you've got enough balls
Oh,
to.
but that's a touch. That's if you're running up and
Yeah.
stabbing with it.
Yeah.
If you have the balls to stab the horror with the knife, you get that D8 as special.
Yeah. It depends on what it is. If it's a brawl, he's gonna run in and stab it. But if it's a throw, he's
The throw skill is used in combat when throwing rocks, spears, grenades, or boomerangs.
Okay.
But not no.
Not knives.
Yes, obviously knives.
No,
That would be funny.
Part of the object thrown, such as a blade of a knife or hatchet, to hit. Yeah. So
no, yeah,
can be
I'd say
hurled
use-
up to strength in yards.
I'd say use that.
That's palm size.
Or run up and stab him.
Yeah, it's up to you.
brawl's higher. If brawl is what I do to stab, that's higher.
Yep. I think it's definitely brawl to stab him.
Okay. Yeah, you guys just got me up, and Samson grabs a knife and runs in.
You can really easily push throw though, because you can like
Throw is 20.
really put your back into it.
Throw is 20.
No, because pushing is a second attempt. I would argue
Yeah.
that you can't. Also, you can't push combat really.
Okay.
Just luck.
Okay, that sucks. I would, if I'd known that, I would have used my luck throughout the campaign because I was holding it until we got into shit like this.
You can use luck.
No, luck you can. You can't
you
push
can't
it.
push.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to
Go stab a
stab 'em.
bitch.
Stab a bitch.
Fuck
Nice.
yeah.
Oh yeah!
Woo!
So what am I rolling? It was a 1d4.
Well, he first gets to
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah,
All
I mean, you
right.
can't dodge. But I guess you could probably.
20.
You can't dodge guns specifically.
Nope.
yeah. Okay,
Nope.
okay.
Go ahead.
You'd have to
stab
do a
him.
hard success.
What
to...
was it? 1d4 plus 2 plus a d8?
Plus D8. Yeah.
Okay.
Good God.
Nice. Nice.
Jesus Christ.
We're chunking this guy pretty good.
That's more
Fucking
damage than most of my bullets did.
Samson, you come running up. You have this big, like, you're not entirely sure what it is, but it is sharp, it is large, and it is serrated.
And
And
it's in
you
charge.
run up and just slice off his other arm. He is now standing there as these worms just fall out of the places where his arms used to be. Just this howl that sounds like the wind comes rushing out of his mouth. And the look at you is just pure anger.
And is Sebastian like right behind me?
Right
Writing?
next to you. Yeah.
I'm gonna put myself between them.
Okay. Bridget, it is your turn.
I'm no longer mumbling.
Channel that
you
anger.
have gained your confidence.
Y'all.
Your confidence and your anger. I don't think Samson's ever gonna be pushed around again after this.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Bridget, it is your turn.
As if he
She
lives.
just. She's very stunned by the two people she's trying to get out of the house have now run back in. She's like, the fuck is going on? Y'all don't have any will to live. Fuck it.
All these suicidal bitches.
I got a business to run.
You
I
can
don't.
always leave.
Bro, my portfolio.
I mean, if we don't if no, there's no business if we don't succeed here. I guess.
There's no one to fuck if everyone's dead.
The demon brothel. What can I say? I don't think she's going to run in there and tackle a bitch like Samson did.
You can try.
Word.
Can she instead drop kick this bitch?
Drop kick.
Hell yeah,
now.
join me.
Well, let me give you an option. Yes, you could try to kick him, or you could use your heel as an improvised weapon.
Are these not the same thing?
Oh my god, yes.
2 different attacks.
I will take off my stiletto and just clock him in the face.
All right. I am gonna count this as a small knife.
Stiletto's a knife.
Oh my
A small knife, like a
Kiwi.
switchblade.
Like a switchblade.
Brawl?
It is a brawl, and you get, if you succeed, a 1d4 plus a d8.
Oh
Now,
my
I'm sorry, I did not mention this before Samson went, but you can take the penalty dice to try to get his head.
Me?
Yeah.
You're the one
God.
attacking.
I thought you were. I don't know. Look at his head. Oh my god.
Yeah, I forgot to remind Samson for it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, what is that? I just roll a D10, like D100 or something, D10.
You roll an extra d10, and if it's higher, it replaces your d10 in your original roll.
Okay. Well, shit. Man, my problem's 25. Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know if
sure,
it's
why
worth
not?
it. Oh, okay. Do it.
No, it's probably
No,
not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
Don't let me
no,
hurt
no,
your vibe.
no. Bridget be like, she's not strong. She's going to go for the center mass. She knows what's up. Yeah, just I stab him with my shoe.
Okay.
I don't stab him with my shoe.
Now you take off your heel, and you're like, you know what? If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down swinging. And you run down and you miss, and you're like, well, I guess I'm going down.
I'm going down.
L2 step on him.
He is still surprisingly quick and agile, even without the missing his arms.
He's actually outnumbered, so she gets a bonus die.
A bonus die.
Yeah, because he's
Ooh.
already fought back against Samson.
This just
Well-
sounds like you're making shit up.
It's not! It's in the thing! I'm-
Advantage.
Listen, part of that is
Oh,
the
God.
fact that I don't know nearly
Rolls.
as much about the brawl
It's okay.
aspect.
I was kidding.
I am furiously scrolling through this goddamn document.
Trying to
And
give
I
us advantage on
very
shit.
much appreciate it.
Look, the combat is skewed towards you're gonna struggle, so squeak out whatever you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I roll for? No, so what do I do now?
You click the bonus penalty line. You roll the exact same thing. Well,
Nice.
I tried.
I appreciate
still-
that.
Oh.
Oof.
That's awkward.
Alright. Oops, that's my bad. Okay.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Okay, you only
Could
take
be
2
so much
damage.
worse.
Wow.
He has no arms.
Hell yeah.
He nibbles.
Yeah, he goes and he bites you.
I don't think that's any better. Probably. I feel like that's probably worse.
I told you should bite him first.
You're right. I should have taken a. Well, there you go.
To be, yeah. Alright, Rosemary, it is your turn.
I continue to help Sebastian.
Alright, you continue to frantically hand him papers. It is Lightyear's turn. Since Samson is blocking the way, he will attack Samson.
That was the plan.
No, Samson.
No, he's gonna die.
Eee.
Oh my god.
He's super
So you
dead.
can roll either a dodge
Or a
or
brawl.
the fight back.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to dodge because last time that didn't work out too well.
Is that an extreme or a hard success for him? Or
I don't know if he gets extreme.
okay. Well, he does hit either way.
Oh, I just don't have enough luck. Rip.
That's a lot. Yeah, that'd be a lot of luck.
Is he in the hospital, bud?
I'm out.
Or in the morgue?
I'm at 0. What happens?
Even with the +1 from
Yeah,
being.
I was exactly at 5.
Oh, you're right. I just saw the 3. You are unconscious and actively dying. So now you make
Cool.
con checks at the end.
Sure.
I do love Samson running in like a fucking
Screaming, everything.
yeah,
So-
and takes
Gotta get
one.
back.
I imagine like he goes to hit Sebastian, and Samson just flings himself in front and just takes the blow and crumples.
So the bad news about con checks in this one
Mm-hmm.
is you will roll them until we stabilize you. If you fail a single one, you die.
Can I use my luck on them?
I don't see anything explicitly saying You can't.
Okay.
Sounds like
So,
an
sure.
explicitly good place
Cool.
to use luck.
Yeah. I have 42 luck. We'll see if I can use it, because my constitution sucks.
Alrighty.
Anybody have medicine?
Curtis. it is
The
your
one
turn.
person who's not here is the one that has
Oh
medicine.
my god.
We
Yeah.
built
Yeah,
our party
that's what I
around
said before when I went down. I'm like, no one's gonna get me up because no one has medicine.
our
Why-
driver medic is
Why,
God.
Stereo, must you be dead and dying yourself?
Get out of the hospital and get your ass over here. I would like to. Well, I have 2 rounds left in my firearm. I would like to shoot them both at him.
This time, okay. You take the penalty.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
And I'm sorry, real quick. Oh,
I would be aiming for his head.
okay.
Is that
So
2 penalties?
I don't think they stack.
I guess
I'm
just
not convinced we're doing firearms quite right. But
probably not, but we'll just push through it.
when I played Call of Cthulhu online for a little bit, I don't think we were doing firearms right that time either. And we had machine guns.
Just go ahead and roll the 1 penalty for it.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm trying to use my keyboard to search up firearm in the document, but I can't because Patches is laying on my keyboard and is making it so I cannot type. So, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I will be shooting twice though. So, 0, and
That would make it a 1.
That's a crit.
Well,
that would be
it's a penalty, so
So it'd be the 40 still.
Yeah.
yeah. So the first one is fine. The second one's
A fumble.
not. It's a 91. Yeah.
Does your gun jam?
The gun does
No.
not jam.
No.
Okay. Alrighty. And fumble, does that mean something super bad happens?
It just means you can't luck your way out of that. That's just
Oh, okay.
It's a crit fail.
Okay. So, but you do hit him with the first one. He can't dodge at all, so go ahead and roll damage.
It's already in there.
Oh,
First
you're
one
right.
hit for
I'm
5
dummy.
damage.
Alrighty. So you do aim for his head, and when you shoot it through, the hole, you basically shoot it right above his left eyebrow, and it leaves a hole in his head that doesn't reform. The worms don't go anywhere near it. It stays a hole that you can see through.
So he's either running out of worms or it's his weak point.
Sebastian, it is your turn.
All right. I have the bonus from my helpy friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will use 15 luck to get that down to the extreme.
Alrighty.
I almost accidentally used 35 luck for no reason. That would be a bit silly.
That would be pretty foolish.
Sebastian. You have been writing furiously on these papers. You have been writing out this story, this idea of a new labyrinth that you have. The original witch was very, very smart. if she had been born during this time period, she could have been one of the greatest mathematicians. It is, as some people may think, a curse that she was born in a time that did not appreciate the complexity that she was able to create. And as you finish this, and Rosemary, as you look over what he wrote, you get the same sense. It is not a long story, but it has these twists and turns and parts that are missing, but written in a way where it feels like you should know who did it. You speed read through it, and at the end you are left not understanding. You don't know who it is, and it makes you almost instinctively go back to the beginning to start rereading it again, to see where you missed it, to see the clues that you misunderstood. You managed to kind of catch yourself quickly before then, as you both realize what has been written. Now, however, comes the biggest challenge, which is sealing it. This is going to be difficult, and you might not survive it. It is going to take an extremely hard occult check from one of you. Not necessarily you two, but from somebody, along with a sanity check.
Well, I've got an 80. I think that's the max. Does anyone else have an 80 and want to try as well?
LOL. I don't have a cult.
Yeah, no,
I
I think
have
you
35.
have the highest occult out of everyone, because I have 66 and I'm down low.
Maybe Rosemary? I don't know what Rosemary's occult
I
is.
think she has
Rosemary's occult is
68.
61.
One, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll give it a shot.
Oh!
you.
Extreme
Fuck, okay.
success.
Sanity check.
I sign it.
Who wants the
Gaming?
sand?
Go
Is
ahead
it
and
a-
roll me
That
the
opus right here.
sanity.
No,
Is
it's
it me?
both. Yes,
Yeah.
it's both.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already indefinitely insane. It's fine. Edgar Allan Poe this shit.
Quoth the raven.
Give me 1 second, please.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be really rough.
Blaze of Glory. That's
Whew.
not rough. That's the,
I mean, it could have been a
Ooh,
12.
it could have been a
Yeah.
12.
okay, and I don't think it matters. You can't make me more indefinitely insane.
No.
So,
Alright. You all have been in this brutal fight with this creature that should not exist. As you have been fighting and its skin has been ripping and sloughing off, you have seen more and more of its true form. Of these red and black worms that look like boiling blood and burned cinders. They twist and weave and merge into one another, creating this mockery of a humanoid shape. As you have been fighting him, more and more falls off until very little of Lightyear is left, and standing, looming in front of you, is this creature. In it of itself is something that cannot be comprehended. It itself is weaving and changing in a way that draws you in, but you are worried that if you are drawn in too much that you will not escape its mass. As you have been fighting it, as it has been desperately trying to get a hold of its prison after it has finally found a way to slip through. Sebastian, you, with a dash of the pen, have created a new one. And through your knowledge of the occult and through the aid of Rosemary, you both have worked and you have crafted a labyrinth. The creature, sensing its doom, howls in the wind as all of the windows in the room shatter. The door blows open, and for a split second, it is like there is a tornado in the room. The paper swirling and spinning faster. All of you struggle to stand upright as this tornado wishes through, grabbing everything and twisting and lifting it up as the worms start to slither. You watch as they start to be pulled back into the page. And as this happens, you see the worms take shape as words themselves, as they are trapped, frozen, stiff, and solid, and made stagnant as they are pulled, and this creature is sucked back into where it once escaped. It dies down, and as you look, there is nothing left except for a large stain on the ground. There is the body of Cecil Hunter lying with his neck snapped, and around you are so many blank, empty pages. You breathe a sigh of relief as the wind outside slowly comes to a stop and bits of rain begin to fall. And you guys have won!
Do I need to make a con check?
We're just gonna say since you guys won, I'm not
We
gonna
can
kill you
go-
off and you come up.
Since you won, you
Okay.
fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can go get the medical supplies from his bathroom, and we'll just aggressively
Yes.
tape you up as we
Okay.
all go to the hospital for one reason or another.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
All
on.
right.
I don't know what you mean.
Good fucking gracious.
All right. That was a lot of fun, Alicia. Thank you for running.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yee.
That was rad. Yeah.
You guys
Holy shit, we
did
won.
fucking amazing. Yeah, I was not necessarily expecting that,
So
but I am very proud of you.
And no one died.
it does
Mhm.
seem like the pen is mightier than the sword in this situation. Congratulations.
That's so funny.
That roll at
was-
the end was
Ooh.
ridiculous.
Ooh.
That was very, very good. Alex, you should be very proud of your solution and how you handled that.
Took me like all week to fucking come up with what I was gonna do, and I was like, "Oh, I'm a dumb bitch. He's a writer."
Of course he's gonna try to write a fucking code.
Let's do a bit of an epilogue. Asterio recovers well enough. He tells a crazy story of essentially being kidnapped by some debtors and forced to show them Lightyear's body, which is how he sustained his injuries, both from the debtors trying to collect and Lightyear himself. Uh,
That makes sense.
he, like I said, he recovers well enough, and I'm sure you all, at least occasionally, maybe, while he's still in the hospital, check on him. But while he experienced some of the same things as you, there is a large disconnect. You all have gone through something that you cannot tell anyone. No one else can relate to you, and you hold on to a secret and a burden that no one can understand. Yes, he was there for parts of it, and he is someone who would probably, to a degree, believe what you are saying, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And here's a question for Samson.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with the letters?
Um, yeah. He keeps them.
Okay. What do you tell the dean?
I tell the dean that the papers were destroyed.
Okay. The dean actually doesn't really question you too much. He seems to have been ready for he is more surprised that the papers weren't sold off. Um but he also understands that Lightyear was seems to have been kind of losing it at the end, and he accepts what you say pretty easily and goes on with the process of basically sweeping everything under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he has to make a formal apology as the university uh, to the people who donated the papers. And it seems like while it definitely hit the university and some of their reputation, it, a lot of the blame was put on Lightyear specifically. So
Yeah.
eventually the university will move on.
Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it.
Huh?
Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it.
I mean, what's there to do? People move on.
Yep.
For all of you, I imagine for a little while, maybe you avoid each other. You don't want to meet up for a book club a book club about the macabre without, now that you know that the macabre truly is out there and how terrifying it can be when it is no longer trapped within the pages. But I imagine eventually you would seek each other out and meet back up. You all share an experience together, and while it may be hard to see each other after everything that happened and the memories it brings up, there is also a comfort to that. You all know and share things that others can't, and when you wake up in the dead of night or you struggle with new fears born from this experience, these are the only people that you can talk to that understand, that know what it comes from, and whose judgment is silent and replaced with understanding. I can't say if you will continue to be a book club after this, or if maybe you will change or evolve into something else. But I think that your very strange, eclectic group, one thing is for certain, is that you all stay together to some degree. And you all move on and face the fears that have been left behind.
Thanks,
Man, that
music.
music was perfect. Yeah,
Thanks
thanks,
for
man.
that crescendo there.
And scene.
And scene.
For go returning to my job at the
Man.
Internal Revenant Service.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's about taxes. Zombies don't pay taxes.
Yeah, with the
So,
IRS, you know.
is there any questions or anything you guys have about the campaign? Just stuff that, like, we didn't get to talk about, or any loose ends?
I have a question for people if other people don't have a question, have questions.
Mm-hmm.
What was Wick? Was he a demon?
So they didn't actually fully say what Wick was, other than he is a cannibal.
Okay.
They're just like, yeah, he eats people.
Cool.
And
What's
you're like,
his
why?
deal?
And he's like, eats people.
The
So
only thing
I-
that made it that I was like, he might be a demon is because when he said like general terms of a demon, he seemed uncomfortable by it.
Yeah, I kind of made him his own thing.
He's
Mm.
Wick.
Okay.
How much did Wick believe
Oh,
what he
I'm
was saying?
sorry.
Like, did he believe
Actually,
in like
there's a
demons
little
and
bit
whatnot?
more about him.
Okay.
He is a hybrid bastard.
What?
Hybrid. He's a hybrid?
Yeah,
He
he's half monster, half whatever the fuck you feel like.
he is part human, part ghoul.
Ooh.
And that ghoul part has been taking over more and more.
Okay.
And is the ghoul thing like classical vampire ghoul or?
No. It doesn't fully say how the term ghoul
What's
is
a
for this
ghoul?
one, but I'm thinking it's more of the type of ghoul that has come about in recent years, which is a creature that acts somewhat similarly to a vampire, but eats human flesh instead.
A ravenous undead, yeah.
Yeah.
Just the flesh.
I would consider it often like a zombie with more sense of self.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen different variations where the ghoul can be just as intelligent as a human or only slightly more intelligent than a zombie. It just depends on the interpretation.
Or whatever Wick is.
Clearly, he at least has some amount of intelligence, if that's from the human side or otherwise. Perhaps is something we don't know.
Mhm. Oh, and I did want to add one little tidbit for Bridget. At one point, you do find a lovely unmarked bottle in your dressing room.
So I was gonna like try to like fight that, and like I tried to like I would reach out to like probably Rosemary, be like, hey, I have a drinking problem, just not your
Why?
problem.
Why?
So do I. Want to join me?
Ugh. So yeah, bottle in my dressing room. That's a little bit scary, but yeah.
So Rosemary would invite you over, and just like sit around talking and everything, and then she'd look over at you and say, "Hey, want to see something?
Sure.
Come here." And she
Oh my god, cats.
she opens her like the hatch to the ceiling or to the attic that's above the library.
Hey, come to my secret attic.
It's where she lives.
By the way, have you read the Cask of Amontillado? No reason.
I have to find
I'm
it.
taking some liberties and putting you in an attic. I mean,
And she comes up, she like lights up a couple of candles, and on and she like goes, like pointing to both walls on either side. This is what I've been working on. And on one side, it's a bunch of occult Cthulhu mythos stuff. And on the other side is a bunch of satanic ritual stuff. And there's lines of yarn passing through both of them.
is Cthulhu Satan? Yes or no? That is Rosemary's thesis.
Cthulhu, Satan.
It's more like she's trying to figure out if the Cthulhu stuff matches up with the Satan stuff or vice versa, right?
fit
Where
all of
like
us.
throughout all history, if Cthulhu, if like Christian religion and other things, it's just Cthulhu mythos that they didn't understand.
I love this thread of theory, honestly. That's kind of
Mhm.
hilarious.
It's really funny because that's kind of what Samson does too.
That's amazing. I feel like at some point, Rosemary probably lets it slip, and you guys start like
Shooting
Maybe
off
not
different religions and shit, being like, have you looked into this religion?
you find a lot of very old ones, like Sumerian does have like some interesting links to Cthulhu mythos,
Mm-hmm.
and that becomes a whole fun thing that you guys can get into.
Fun and cool.
I want to
Remember-
point out though, Rosemary is used to be extremely devout. Just not in Christianity. She was definitely Antichrist.
Definitely.
But she has thrown all of it out
For our
because of
Lord
this shit.
Cthulhu.
I mean, hell yeah, Cthulhu is king.
Well, it's more academic for her.
No,
Yeah.
I get you.
It's no longer a belief thing. It's now like
A study.
a science.
Yeah, have we been lied to this entire time?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of what Samson has been doing, like even before campaign.
Nice.
No, she like put down the whole satanic ritual stuff because of her parents tried to beat it out of her. Now it's more like she's putting it down because there is only one god apparently. Multiple gods? I don't know how this works yet. Working it out still.
Hey, God?
Have you
God?
heard about our Lord and Savior, Yog Sothoth?
Oof.
Any other questions you guys had?
So what do you think, Bridget?
Neat.
I love it.
Isn't it neat?
Yeah, she looks behind her like, how fast can I get out of here?
No. Don't go. This is the most important part.
takes a knife out. Stabs Bridget. I need
more
heart.
ink.
No. This is the most important part. Stabs hand. It just starts chanting and and I forgot the language for it.
Latin.
It's not Latin. It's that
Pig Latin.
yes. There is a language. What's the Cthulhu language? Because it's actually a word for it.
I don't know.
Mm.
Oh my
Tongues?
god.
People just call it tongues, maybe.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, man.
You start talking out of your hand.
Rylian, that's what it is. Rylian.
Oh, right, yes. yes.
Rillian?
yes, like-
Rillian? I don't know how to
Really, yeah,
pronounce it.
that guy. Yeah. Okay. Obviously. Badges?
Anyways. No, she's just like you don't understand, Bridget. This means it's all real. We have to find more of it. A lot more of it.
Poor Bridget.
Hey,
Nice.
I need help. Hey, want to see my Satan room?
Yeah, like legit.
Where
I
I
need
also
help.
sleep.
I will say
I-
though. Go on. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Other than that, Bridget would have spent more time visiting her brother
Mhm.
and would tell him like you would not believe what happened, and I would tell him the story to see if there's any reaction or any if like because I feel like he's had all these like events and things happen to him that like now that we have something in like
Common.
common that he might like start to open up to me.
Mhm. I think how to phrase this. I think he is still rather catatonic, for lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
But like after kind of talking to him, almost kind of confessing to him, you go to stand up and leave, and you find his hand on top of yours.
Yes. A tear rolls down Bridget's eye or face. She's so happy. Yeah, she just makes more of an effort to visit him like weekly.
Mm-hmm. I am not going to say more than that,
That's fair.
because I think it is better left to the imagination how that develops.
Yeah.
But yeah. Was there any other questions people had?
Nope, not questions.
That's good. That means I hopefully had it flow together pretty decently.
Kind of wrapped up all neat and nice at the end.
Yeah, as soon as Cecil was disappeared, all the things just clicked together.
Yeah, I was very happy with that.
It totally surprised me. Like,
I'm glad. The original story is rather simple. Essentially, the possible people are Amelia, Harland Roach, the one rival guy,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Flinders,
Mm-hmm.
love that guy.
Was the dean an option?
No,
Ah,
Abner Witt, and Oaks and Shanasi.
who the fuck are those guys?
They were
The
the
dead guys.
debtors.
Oh my god, they were the debtors that died.
Yeah, only a couple of the people, like Harland Roach and the Debtors, would have had nothing to do with anything supernatural. They would have just taken it to be dicks.
Yup.
Which is admittedly, like, depending on how long you took to prep, that you could do really interesting and kind of funny things with that. But
Yeah. Cecil originally, he is not listed as someone who could take it. But I thought the idea of Anthony having it and then Cecil escaping it and taking it back seemed like a really fun idea.
Oh, yes.
Because, yeah, he's going insane over the fact that he needs to solve it, right?
Yep. That he needs to basically finish what he started.
Mm-hmm. You know, that made a lot of sense. And as soon as he was like, oh, yeah, he's gone, I was like, ah, fuck. It's him.
But yeah, it was pretty fun. I had an idea of Abner having it for a little while, but I liked this outcome much more. By the way, Anthony did 100% leave the doll,
Yep.
but he was not the one that you guys saw and chased.
Nope,
He
that
left the
was
doll
that was
uh,
Cecil.
a day earlier.
Ah, okay.
we just didn't find it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's part of why he sounded so confident. I think it was like the second time you talked to him.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Because he expected that you had found it.
And then we didn't. I was like, what the fuck are you talking
Isn't
about?
it compelling that it's not me and it? Oh,
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's 100% not me. I
certified.
wouldn't do the thing that happened to you.
That would be bad.
Yeah. That is Call of Cthulhu. Thank you so much for letting us throw a new system at you guys.
Yeah, it was really
I
fun.
really appreciate how understanding you were of my stumbling through it. And I really appreciate kind of letting me have a chance to play around with this. Oh,
Thanks.
I
It was-
did want to say. Oh,
Excuse
sorry,
me.
go ahead.
It was great. I hate it.
It's really fun. I like the system when it comes to combat is kind of rough because you aren't really supposed to
Supposed to be
fight.
fighting, yep.
And if you do
And there's
fight,
us.
yeah, if you do fight, it's more supposed to be like other people, so it's meant to be kind of quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I do really like it when it comes to investigating and roleplay. I think the system works really well. Fun fact, so the monster you guys were fighting is called the Horror in Ink. And
Yeah.
so you guys remember your stats, right?
Yeah.
So if this thing had fully manifested, it had a strength of 110,
What?
a con of 300,
Good God.
a size of 130,
Huge.
and a power of 150, and with 43 HP.
Oh my god.
I could have killed
Yeah,
him.
you're not supposed to fuck with anything that's a horror is a non-fucky. Don't touchy.
Like,
And
at
there's
least 4
fucking
bullets.
Samson. I'm gonna tackle him and then stab him with a knife.
Yeah!
And you did it.
Yeah.
Would people be interested in knowing how you would now level up?
Yeah,
essentially.
I do. 100%. If we ever do anything like this, I'm going to play
Actually,
Samson.
let's do a quick level up.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind, just so that even if we don't play with these characters again, I could definitely see playing with similar characters, and I would maybe allow for some of that level ups to pass out over.
So how you level up is you take a skill that you have got your little bubble by,
Mm-hmm.
and you roll it. So you want to fail because it is easier to get basic knowledge than like super specific. So it's easier to get better at something you barely know how to do and are starting to learn than something you already have a doctorate in, right?
Okay.
So
You get
when
a
you
bubble when you succeed or when you try.
When you succeed.
you get it bubble when you succeed, and then if you fail it, you add a D10 to that stat. So now my fast talk is an 8.
Does
Okay.
that count for skills that you succeeded with luck?
No.
Okay. I think I did actually succeed with Brawl without, like, luck. I did. Yeah, I did. Cool.
I didn't succeed with Brawl without luck. So.
Let's see. Did I succeed on
No, my spot hidden. No, my library
definitely-
is.
I definitely dodged. Did I dodge twice and one succeed or not? I can't remember.
You did succeed at dodging, yeah. I do remember that.
Okay. I forgot to check it because I was rolling on the other screen. Okay.
I'm gonna let other people finish first. Wow, you got a +10 to what? Charm?
My charm.
Holy shit, you learned how to use makeup.
All right, you didn't need to say it like that, but you know what? It's fair.
And then remove your bubbles. You can once again bubble these
Level
in our
up
next.
again, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Nice.
Nice.
Haha.
Nice.
The one I really care about.
It's supposed to be a +4 to that, so +4 to occult.
Ah, boo.
65.
Oof. Nice.
I'm just looking to see which ones I succeeded.
I'm sorry. I really thought I told people to fill the bubbles when they succeeded.
Oh no, we did.
No, you definitely said that. I just
You just
I had to
didn't.
go back and
There's more than
unclip
one
the ones.
system that does when you do a thing, you take it, and I got confused with that.
Ah, that's fair. Okay. So yeah, that's leveling up. It's done
Nice.
pretty much at the end of every scenario, and when the DM says so. I think we also do all get a bit of sanity back, Alicia, for succeeding. You
Well,
can decide how much is
Oof.
appropriate. We won't go. You won't lose your insanity because you have to get treated for that, but you can get some sanity back.
I'm gonna say, you guys can go ahead and I will be gracious and say 10 because that was a overwhelming success with honestly very little casualties.
Hey, I'm not that insane anymore.
I'm only
4.
one less. One less.
Yeah!
than before. Wow, gamer.
Nice.
How much does it increase by?
Oh no, I fucked up all my screen. Hold on, there we go. D10.
Then I
Yes.
believe your
3.
Cthulhu Mythos directly pulls from your sanity. So if you have a 5 in Cthulhu Mythos now, you reduce your max sanity by 5.
So how much do we get back from just
Oh.
regular?
That would mean I'd be 1 over my max sanity then. Is that allowed or no?
No, you'd be back.
You just be at your max.
Okay.
But that's still good.
That means I'm at max sanity.
Yeah.
Why is the player dying? Okay, you're yeeted now.
Okay, so does knowing it subtracts from your maximum?
Yes.
So maximum of
Because
30
you
sanity
cannot-
now.
You
Damn it.
cannot be sane and truly know.
Damn it!
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I know it sucks because you're like, oh yeah, success. Oh yeah, success. Well, that was a really nice fail
I've
on your
rolled
history.
2 and 3 on every single D10.
Yeah, I rolled a bunch of.
Fuck.
My 6 was the only one that was above a 4, I think. But
Now take a listen. Oh, I did. And I did succeed at a brawl at some point. So no.
you punched a guy.
I believe I punched Rosemary.
Yeah, you did.
All right, guys, let's punch each other until we succeed. No.
Like, let's grind experience. Let's
Alright.
do it.
And
Okay.
then solve a mystery real quick so we can apply it.
I am going to end the VOD now because it's
for sure.
Still going.
Oh,
Jesus. You rolled a crit.
That's not good.
That's not. You
you
needed that
don't- you
earlier,
don't-
buddy.